This is such an intimidating thing to do.
And especially when you're running a meeting, that's what's like, I'll run it for you.
Yeah.
And it's no longer there, is it?
Yeah, what?
The 9XX,
That's what I used on Tuesday.
the 9XX.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Okay. Let's
See my one maybe?
shoot.
HDMI 2 maybe that'll work.
Yeah. Oh, there. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Weird.
Unplug it, plug it back in somewhere else.
Yeah. Plastic tail.
Now I gotta find start webinar. Wait a minute, till we go live on YouTube.
Sweet.
I think we'll be able to log in.
Want me to try? Oh, wait,
No,
you haven't
from
started yet.
Here.
Oh, for YouTube.
Something went wrong.
Uh-oh.
Computers trusted platform modular has a malfunction.
What?
I swear, every time I touch these things, it hurts.
What the heck?
You? Continue. Let's get YouTube up. Oop. Might not be able to YouTube this one.
Okay.
We'll just record it.
Okay. That is fine with me. Hi. Hey, Liv, how are ya? Good.
Unless it can automatic.
That's my thing at the school.
Oh, nice.
Sophie, there's a kid who can wire things faster than anybody I've ever seen.
If it's Sophie that would totally track.
It's so fast, dude.
Black one might be.
Yeah.
Get a color in her hair.
Yeah, she'll choose something and I'll be like, oh, that has like 20 connections. It's gonna take us a second. Then I'll blink and she's like, done.
Yeah, she's
Whoa.
quick.
Whoa. Why are you doing that?
Hello. How are ya?
All right. Where should I sit?
Wherever you like.
Jim,
Hey, how's it going?
good, how are you doing?
The internet's still broken?
Hasn't been working for me.
Right. Where's my hotspot again?
Yes.
Do you need a technician?
We do. Nathan is still out. He will be back on Monday.
Okay.
But we literally cannot find the router.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Physically?
Physically cannot find the router.
I think I might have my device, in my bag, so maybe after we can find it.
Okay.
Whoa. You have a device that can find it?
Yeah, I have a device that can read radio packets,
Oh, cool.
so we can just use it to trace the
Thank
Wi-Fi.
you. Yeah, that would be really fun.
See if we can find it. No promises.
Sounds like a great idea.
I'm just gonna be following a signal around this building.
we're
Awesome.
doing your hotspot.
No, I should be though. I tried to pull everything.
I was gonna say, can I get on your hotspot?
Oh, you can.
My new one's not set up.
Yeah, it's called Lucy. Oh, wait, no. I think it's just called Lucy's iPhone.
Oh, wait, this is working.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect. Okay, we are waiting on Ken and Scott.
Got something downstairs, but you are all set up here.
Okay, sweet. Hey, how are ya?
Melissa.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Ken.
Yeah.
Oh, hasn't been. Hi, Chris, can you hear us?
I can you hear me?
Yep, yes.
I'm gonna be doing a little work in the background.
Yeah, totally. That sounds great.
Chris, we're still just waiting on one member here.
Okay, not a problem.
They're one of the applicants.
Okay. Are they first?
They are first, yeah.
Okay. After you do your appointments.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Jim, what's going on?
Okay. And Melissa, you are our planning commission representative, right?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So then I think we can get started. Okay, thank you all for coming to our Board of Adjustments meeting. These meetings don't happen unless we have a variance to review. So we haven't had a meeting in a while. So I was thinking we can start with appointments and do a chair and a vice chair. And I can step in as the secretary and take notes. And then we can do the official call to order once we have a chairperson. Cool.
Who's been on this board? I mean,
I can't remember the last time we had a meeting,
Been a-
but I didn't, we,
It's been a long time.
it's my first meeting. So I don't know.
I met was December of 2021.
And who of you?
Well, I don't know.
You guys been on?
Yeah.
I
On it, like,
don't remember.
Right, so yeah, a long time for you.
I think we selected a chairperson last time.
Last time, do you remember who it was? I couldn't find any information on that meeting.
I thought it was you.
It wasn't me. I think you were actually involved. Where's Ken?
We can promote him in it after we do this. He's an applicant as well.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Any volunteers?
yeah, well, anyone?
Not it?
maybe we should go by tenure.
God. I just don't remember how to conduct a board of adjustment meeting though. I mean,
Yeah, that's a great point. So, Board of Adjustment and Chris, step in, if you have anything to add, but, we have two, agenda items tonight and both of them are public hearings. So you'll just open it as a public hearing, allow for the applicant to speak and then the public to speak after. And then, that is really all you have to do as a chairperson unless I'm missing anything, Chris. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay.
You guys have a
Thanks, Scott.
piece of paper.
Yeah. And just in case we have another meeting in the next year, does anyone want to be the vice chair?
I could do that.
Okay, sweet. Do we need to have a formal vote and motion?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you'll need roll call as well.
and roll call.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Does anyone want to make a motion to appoint the chair and vice chair?
I'll make a motion to appoint Scott Fetch as the chair and Jim Weller as the vice chair.
Second,
Okay, we'll do a roll call. Olivia Edwards,
yes.
Melissa Childs,
Yes.
Jordan Bierma.
Yep.
Jim Weller,
Yes.
and Scott Fetchmeyer.
I have to recuse myself. Since it's me.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. And then typically the chair will call the meeting to order. And then we can go ahead and open the first public hearing.
Okay, I'll call this Board of Adjustment meeting to order at whatever time it is right now.
5:06.
Okay, and then usually let somebody in administration present. And then the person applying for the variance will be the next one to talk, but outline what they're asking for, and then we'll let that person present after that. I think that's the way we do it.
Yep, that sounds great. Awesome. Well, I think then we can go ahead with our first agenda item, which is 1571 Reese Street, and we'll have Chris present, and then I see we have Alan and Angelo on the Zoom, and then we'll promote you guys to panelists to speak after.
Chairman,
Yeah,
I need to recuse myself on both of these issues tonight, so.
okay, I appreciate that.
Sorry to leave you all hanging here, but.
Okay. yeah.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks for.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Hoping to have some supper and relax.
I'll miss you guys.
See you, bud.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
So before you all today are two variance applications, the first of which is for a new single-family residence located at 1571 Reese Street. The purpose of this review is that the minimum front yard setbacks for principal structures in the R1 zone district is 7 feet. The submitted application materials for the new single-family residence shows a proposed building 3 feet from the front property line where the 7-foot setback is required. The project site does include an existing single-family residence, which has a 0-foot front yard setback. The existing structure 0-foot setback is considered legal non-conforming. However, since the applicant will be removing the existing structure, the new house will have to meet the current code requirements. An overview of the project is the project site is located at 1571 Reese Street, or lot 25 and 26 of Block A Wyman Addition, which can be seen in the two maps to the right. As mentioned before, it is within the R1 single family residential zone district, and it is not within any other overlay districts. As of October 3rd, 2023, all required documents and materials were submitted along with the fees were paid. And the public notice was posted on the town website and in the Silverton Standard and Minor on October 26, 2023. The proposed improvements include a new 1,600 square foot single family residence, a 528 square foot garage, which will be constructed in the future, and a 264 square foot home office attached to the garage, which will also be constructed in the future. And the site plan and the proposed elevations are shown in the slide. The submitted application materials demonstrate that the proposed improvements will require a variance since the proposal does not meet the current front yard setback requirements for the zone district. However, all other zone district requirements are met by the application. Only one public comment in support of the variance approval has been received following the time the packet was compiled. The proposed new single-family residence appears to comply with all other R1 zone district standards except for the front yard setback as previously mentioned. So staff recommends the Board of Adjustments approve the variance application for a reduced front yard setback to allow the construction of a new single-family residence within the R1 single-family residential district for lots 25 and 26, Block A, Wyman Addition, as presented. The floor is now open for discussion or questions.
Chris, are you, I guess I'm a little confused. Are you representing the folks that are proposing this, or?
He's the planning consultant.
Gotcha, okay.
I apologize. I should have started with that.
Yeah, so are Alan and Angelo here?
They are, and they need to be promoted to panelists.
Okay.
I'm representing Angela.
Okay, then Todd, would you like to, would you like to go ahead and present for them?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some assumption.
Go ahead and identify yourself to the board.
I'm Dean Bosworth.
Yeah, sorry, Dean.
I'm a structural engineer and designing this project for the applicants. And I'm assuming that you got the same board packet that I got that had the site plan on it, that was showing all those things. You've had a chance to look through it, so I won't take a lot of your time here, but to sort of summarize. The reasons for, applying for this variance. I'd like to point out first that the houses on the block, the rest of the block, this is the house directly to the north of Bev Rich's house. All of those houses on that block are located at or very near the north property lines. Things got sort of staggered over in it. And it's the same thing on my side of the block. I have the house directly behind this lot. So when these houses are moved to the north property line like this, it encroaches, doesn't really encroach, but it affects the ability to develop any of these sites, and particularly because of the solar aspect on the site and view and some other things like that. But it reduces primarily the ability to have a side yard vegetation that's functional and so on, because of casting the shade next to Bev Rich's house. So since Bev Rich's house is so close to the property line, there are other issues that also come about, and that's snow shedding between the two structures. We like to keep the structures far enough apart to not impact Bev's house with roof shedding from our structure and from their structure. The construction of a sewer line, Bev's shed, also her house, plus the shed behind it going directly to the alley, are all right on the property line. And putting a sewer line between a garage, ADU, and the shed would destabilize the shed foundation to try to move it too close. So that would normally be a 7-foot setback. So we need to move the garage also further closer to the 16th Street right away to avoid any issues with that. We had to do the same thing on ours. Also, just some logistics with getting a propane tank in. I've shown this on the site plan, getting the clearances around and away from Bev's property and away from a reasonable size structure that are being proposed by my clients also becomes an issue. I'd like to add something here is that when we built our garage, which is directly behind it, we had to apply for a variance for the same reasons, and it was granted. And they gave us a 3-foot setback, and it's so the setback that Ellen and Angelo are requesting is pretty much in line with the existing street front on 16th Street. We want to keep, it's important to the clients to keep a historical context to their house and to the existing house that's on that property. That existing house, we're actually going to be 3 feet closer in away from the street than the existing house, but the front setback, the actual street setback, we're maintaining, so all the houses continue to align on that block, and it's important to us that context is maintained. And to do that,
Could I interrupt you for just a sec, Dean? Could you guys actually put the plan up on the screen?
Site plan?
Yeah, the site plan. Especially like a plan view. There we go.
There you go.
Will you just point out on the actual map there?
Yeah.
A couple of things. Yeah.
okay. So the line right here, we can see some dormers out here, and it showed up a little bit darker than on what you would have in your packet.
Bev Rich's house is on the left side, correct?
This is Bev Rich's house
Right there, okay?
right here. This is the existing structure right here. This is the property line. This is the proposed structure right at this location and back to this point right here. So it's further in this direction. The front facade maintains the same corner that the existing building that will be taken down is. This is Bev Rich's existing shed. This is the sewer behind a small ADU and a future garage at this point here. Off of this drawing, you can't quite see it, but my garage is right here.
And that lines up exactly with that building then.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 foot. Our variance was 3 feet and our building is 3 feet plus the overhang.
Can I just walk up for 1 sec? That's existing right here.
The existing building is right here.
From this square right.
Yeah, and if you remember, there was a kitchen addition on it that was torn down about 5 years ago.
Okay,
That was historic addition that went back at this point,
I
right?
got you. So they want to just come out this little.
A little bit further. It actually is a little bit further from the street than the original building was. The
Okay,
existing, the original building is just really a poor geometry for a modern house. And I think that, I don't really have a lot to add on that, but I guess I'm available to answer any other questions if you might have.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
all right, thank you, Dean. I guess I do have a question for you. Could you address the snow being shed off of that roof there? How close it's gonna get to Bev's probably? Is it just gonna drop like 2 or 3 feet over into the yard right there probably?
Are you talking about between Bev Rich's house and?
Yes,
Right now, this distance between the proposed large gable, there's a smaller shed roof in the back, but the difference between this shed roof and Bev's structure is about 22 feet. So right now we think our snow zone, I mean, it can vary, of course, we all know that, but we're staying well without it outside of Bev's.
okay,
Bev has some windows on her house that are pretty low to the ground.
on the north side there, yes, yep,
That could be impacted by snow.
okay. Anybody else have questions? No,
No,
Do you want to let Alan and Angelo speak?
yes. Angelo, would you like to say a few things?
First of all, thank you for allowing us to join the discussion today. We appreciate that very much. I think Dean, on our behalf, illustrated our intent here. The only thing I might add to this is, we have done our diligence as wanting to be members not only of the Silverton community, but of this neighborhood, to make sure that we do respect kind of the historical precedent of the setbacks. And we're detail nerds. We'd like to see the facades of the houses be aligned. We'd like to see some consistency in the placement. And the last thing we want to do is have to put a house in a spot that feels like a sore thumb. And we feel the proposal here that we're asking for the variance on meets a lot of our own personal objectives, but those of respect to our neighboring properties and at least hopefully the intention of the original design of the neighborhood.
All right, thank you. I guess a quick question is the original front facade that I'm seeing that faces Reese Street, that will line up. Is that gonna line? No, that's closer to Reese Street than Bev's. Or are they about? Okay, so there's that alignment. And then from the edge of the street, what's the distance between the north side of the house and the street? Is that like 5 feet right there?
Which
This section right here.
15th Street?
Yeah.
it's atypical, isn't it? 16th Street, it's not 80 feet wide.
From the edge of the house, right now,
Yeah.
like 3 feet or something like, I mean, the original wall.
Oh, the travel bit of street, or the right of it street.
I guess just to the edge of the street, is there supposed to be is it a 5 foot setback?
Supposed to be 7 and they're asking for 3.
So here's, what is it?
3.
It's 3, okay.
Well, the current house is 0.
The current house is right up against the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
We're
Moving away from the street.
I got you.
we're moving 3 feet in from the current house, but within 7 foot setback by code.
Dean, correct me if I'm wrong. Our house current structure is on the property line. We're proposing to do a 3-foot setback away from the property line. But at the property line to the actual street is a good distance of not street. I don't know what to call it. It's like city. I don't know, setback or whatever it is, but our structure is not touching the dirt of the street. We're already many feet off the street, and we're adding an additional 3 feet off of the street, not to create extra burden of snow on 16th.
The travel way of the street is probably 15 feet over from.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay,
Yes. And I believe with a different representative at the time, we talked to Public Works and had questions, and I think that the extra 3 feet was agreed upon as sufficient to ease any additional concerns as we were looking to request this variance here. So it feels like, based on what I understood, there's ample distance between the actual dirt of the street where they would be plowing and the additional 3 feet to what is already existing with the existing structure.
and are you guys incorporating the original structure within this, or is that being torn down?
If we torn down.
They wouldn't need the variance if they
Okay,
were
just,
yeah.
okay. Oh, I got you, because it,
Yeah, that if they were building in place, like, yeah.
that wall then, okay. Any more discussion amongst us or any more questions?
Seems logical to me what they're proposing.
Yeah, I agree. I've been in that house and around it quite a bit, and I think this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, do you guys have any more questions for Dean or Angelo? Right, is there anybody else that's in the public by chance that would like to make a comment on this?
Question?
Any questions? Any final thoughts,
Okay.
Dean or Angelo, that you guys would like to say before I close the public hearing?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered things in the application and comments here.
Okay,
I mean, other than thanking you for the time today, I don't have anything to add either.
okay. With no further public comment, I'm gonna close this public hearing. And then we can discuss among ourselves if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, and then we can do a vote. Any more discussion amongst ourselves?
I don't think so. Looks
Okay, I'd entertain a motion, yea or nay.
Yeah, I would make a motion to recommend approval of the variance application for a new single-family resident within the R1 district located at Wyman Addition, lots 25, 26, block A, as presented.
Second,
Okay, Olivia Edwards.
I need a second.
second.
Oh, I wasn't second, I was asking for a second.
Okay,
All in favor, say aye.
I
all right.
All right. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you, guys. Good luck with everything. Thanks for your presentation.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Do we stick around for the rest of the hearing, or are we dismissed ourselves?
You can if you want.
Thank you.
I wouldn't, but.
Angelo, you'll be receiving an email from either Chris, Sheila, or myself in the next week or so with next steps.
Okay. Again, we appreciate your time, everybody. Have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Okay, we have the next one, I guess, let's see. We'll call this one order at whatever time it is, or have this public hearing start. Chris, do you want to make your presentation then, please?
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, before you all now is the second variance, and is for an RV park variance reapproval for an existing RV park at 852 Mineral Street. The purpose of this review is minimum lot size required for camper parks within the ED zone district is 60,000 square feet. The existing camper park located at 852 Mineral Street is only 20,000 square feet, which does not meet the minimum lot size requirements. The applicant is seeking to construct tiny homes on wheels at the existing camper park, which resulted in staff reviewing the existing site conditions and documentation for the property. Staff attempted to determine if a variance was previously granted for the existing camper park's reduced lot size and was only able to find 2017, which did not provide a summary of the Board of Adjustment's actions during their meeting. An overview of,
Could you repeat that again, Chris? You cut out there for just a second.
okay. The purpose of this review is the minimum lot size required for camper parks within the ED zone district is 60,000 square feet, and the existing camper park is only 20,000 square feet, so the minimum lot size requirement is not met. The applicant is seeking to construct tiny homes on wheels at the existing camper park, which resulted in staff reviewing the existing site conditions and documentation for the property. Staff attempted to determine if a variance was previously granted for the existing camper park's reduced lot size. It was only able to find a staff report for the Planning Commission dated December 12th, 2017, which did not provide a summary of the Board of Adjustment's actions during their meeting. An overview of the project: the site is 852 Mineral Street, or lots 1 through 4 of Block 50. The owners are Mark and Darlene Watson, and the property is not located within any other overlay zone districts. Staff recommends the Board of Adjustments reapprove the variance application for a 20,000 square foot camper park where the 60,000 square foot lot is required, located at Block 50, lots 1 through 4 as presented, to provide the town and property owner with sufficient documentation that a variance has been approved. The floor is now open for discussion or questions.
Okay, are Mark and Darlene here to add anything?
They are not here.
Okay, let's see, I guess we could do a little discussion amongst ourselves. I guess the one question there, they've been using that for campers for quite a while, but they would rather do tiny homes with wheels. So essentially it's a camper.
It is an RV. This is the pet peeve of mine, because tiny home is RV. It's on wheels. There's no difference.
Size,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I mean,
nicer to
either it's on a foundation and it's a house, or it's on wheels and it's an RV. So
Are they,
it's confusing, I think. That's why I prefer to call them an RV.
okay, and then are they doing, I assume with the campers, they're doing like a weekly rental? Are they proposing like a 6-month rental for the tiny homes, or?
Well, they're becoming an RV park, so there's no condition about the term of rental. So they could rent them by the night.
It does say they want to use them for employee housing.
They do want to use them for employee housing.
Okay,
I think that's their intent,
I got you, which is the.
but there's nothing to stop them from doing it by the night.
Right. Sounds good to me. I mean, it's already been
It's been happening.
already
Yeah.
been used, and the fact that instead of having tourists use it, or whoever was using it, you can have employees use it.
I think that's where we're at in this
Just-
day and age. You have to house employees. Yeah.
Desperate for that, so I think it's a good idea. Do you guys have anything amongst yourselves to discuss anymore?
It's a good idea.
Okay, is there anybody in the public? I don't see, there's nobody else on the screen, is there, that I can see?
No.
There's nobody in the audience. Without further discussion, then I will close this public hearing if you guys are set for that. Is there any more discussion amongst ourselves after whatever time we've closed this public hearing? Do we have any more discussion?
My only comment would be, in the code about RV parks, it talks about screening from the residential adjacent properties. Now, I realize there's no true adjacent residential properties because the street
It's mostly a historical society behind.
behind, and then it's ED to the south. And so the north and the west is Outback's old house, and then there's what's across 9th Street. There's a house, something over there too, but that's residential. And so, I mean, I realize that's not technically adjacent because there's a street separating them. I think that some screening would be good,
Sure.
but I mean, and that does say a requirement for the residential areas. And I'm not saying we make that a condition. I don't think we should. I just, maybe a suggestion. I mean, I guess we can't even do that, but I just would like to comment on the fact that I think screening would be nice.
Okay. Does there have to be comment from any of the surrounding landowners, like the people in the residential areas? Is that a requirement of any?
They were notified, I assume. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they didn't,
we received no public comment on this
Okay, that's the
project.
one.
they were notified.
Yeah, if they're, because
But this is also more of an administrative variance request because
in
it's
effect.
already been approved. And there was opportunity to speak previously on this. So yeah.
Okay, so it's moved almost then.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm ready to entertain a motion to approve or disapprove this variance. If there's no further discussion.
Yeah, I would make a motion to approve the variance for 852 Mineral Street. Tiny home RV park. Do I need to elaborate more, Lucy?
As presented.
As presented. Thank you.
Okay, I'll entertain a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I
That one was really easy.
love it.
All right. So.
So we adjourn.
I move.
Then we'll adjourn at
5:30.
During the board adjustment at 5:30.
Sweet. 32 minutes.
That's a record.
I would think so. That's pretty good.
All right, thanks, Chris. and-
I was expecting it to be.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for.
Scott.